Hello, my friends from YouTube. This is Bianca at Quilt a Quilt. Here I am with my beautiful daughter. We went to visit her, and today we're going to talk about the Quilters Dream Puff batting. This batting is pretty nice to quilt with because it gives you a very nice dimension to the quilting that you do. It's a little bit thick, so it's like 1/3 of an inch thick, and it's like very lightweight. It says that it's lighter than a feather. So we're gonna go ahead and do two battings on this project, and I wanted to show you how I load the two battings on the machine, on the Gamma Vision 2.0. So here I am folding it, making sure it doesn't have any threads, because you don't want any threads on the batting. And so before I even put it in the machine, I measure. Even though we get it from, it has the measurements on the package and everything, I still measure the quilt to see, and I mark it with a little piece of paper, the dimensions of it. And so I go ahead and fold it in half, and then I place it on the backing, because I put the backing first, and then I put the top, the quilt top, and then as you can see here, I'm folding the batting on itself, so that way it's easier to tuck it in within the two rollers, and it doesn't disturb the quilt top too much. And constantly checking for those threads, so that way we don't see that. We don't want to see no threads in, especially this quilt top has white, and you don't want to see any threads within that white area. Then I have the other little piece, and I tuck that one in also and drop it on the floor, and then I go on the back of the machine and make it straight, because I'm going to put the second batting on top of this one, and I want to make sure that they're both straight. You do not want to have any distortion there on or any folds or anything on the batting. Speaking of folds, when I get the batting, it comes folded in a little package. So I open up the package and let the batting air out for a little while, probably like a day or a day and a half. It depends. And so it will be. It says that this bat in particular, it says it doesn't hold any crease, but when it comes, it does have some creases. I'm showing you there the measurements, I guess. That's what I do. I put it on my table, and then I write it down to see what kind of measurements and which way is the batting supposed to go. And in this case, one of the battings was bigger than the other one. So I realized that as I was putting it on the long arm, and I'm like, okay, this is not looking right. So I had to go ahead, and you will see me measuring it again. As you can see there, it looks bigger. So I'm like, okay, something's going on here. It's not supposed to be so big on the top like that. So I had to turn it. After I measure and make sure that I was going to have enough, for the quilt top. Because she sends me a pretty big extra for the backing and the batting. That way I don't bump into my clamps. There's nothing worse than bumping into those clamps. See, there I am measuring it and double checking. Always double checking the measurements for the batting and the backing, because you want to make sure that you're going to have enough, and you're not going to be short when you're almost at the end of the quilt. And this particular client, which she's my friend too, orders the batting directly from 5/4 shop, and it arrives at my house. So she orders that directly to my house. So in this case, the one of the batting was bigger than the other. She never saw that, but I called her and I told her, one of the battings is bigger, but it was still, they sent her actually one smaller than the other one. It was still big enough, so I was able to make it work. So here I am. I had already turned it so that it would fit the correct way, and I'm happy now because I want to make sure that it was correct. And like I was saying, I opened the batting and I let it rest on the longer for like a day or two, so that way I will lose all the creases. And as you can see, it still shows some creases, but that's why I have to go in the back and make it straight so that way I don't quilt those creases into the quilt. And there I am getting more threads out. There I am, all kinds of threads everywhere. That's from the top. Even though I get very extremely clean tops from her, but they still, you know, you always, when you put the batting attracts anything. And I'm folding it again on itself. I do exactly the same thing that I did on the first one. You tuck it in, and then the rest of the batting. So this batting, Quilters Dream Puff, it says lighter than a feather, yet warm. That is really warm. It gives you the most beautiful dimensions when you are quilting. It is not easy to quilt with this 2 layers of this kind of batting because it's really high, you know, it's really puffy. But once you have practiced a little bit, it's not a big deal. So I'm going on the back. There you are. There I am, making sure that everything is straight like it's supposed to be. So back to the batting. I have quilted with 100% cotton my own quilts, and you don't get the same dimension that you get when you use this batting, especially when you use 2 layers. So I'm going to show you some pictures on what it looks like when you use 2 layers of this batting. And I'm going to do like an experiment. I'm going to get one of my quilts when I have a little bit of time, and I'm going to put 1 layer of 100% cotton. I'm saying hello, you guys. I'm going to put 1 layer of 100% cotton and another layer of this batting on top of it to see what kind of results do I get. Because when I'm almost at the end of the quilt, it's a little bit difficult to get to the edge of at the bottom of the quilt when I'm quilting with this kind of quilt. I mean, it's not impossible to do. I do it, but it's just real puffy. So I already have an idea on how I'm going to do it next time with the ruler. So I'm going to leave you here with this nice little video how I do it. And then after I do all this preparation, I started doing the basting. Let me put it here on low so you don't hear anything. And then I do the basting on the batting. Then I baste the top. So I was gonna say something. Oh, this quilt, I just finished this quilt. Right now I'm recording December 4th, this little voiceover on this video, and I'm gonna try to upload it today. But I'm gonna try to upload on Sunday, tomorrow, December the 5th, the other video where I show you how I'm quilting this quilt. It's called the Aztec quilt. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to be doing that, and you know how this is a little video that I uploaded so you can see the results of the quilt. So I hope you enjoy this. I love the way it looks. The results are just amazing. I just love it. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned so that you can watch the video on how I quilted this quilt. That will be coming up soon. And there you go. There you see all the dimension that you get from these 2 layers of batting. I'm going to also put a link on the description below on where to get the batting. Just make sure that you get bigger size than what you actually need for the quilt top. Depends on whatever your long arm quilter asks for. Thank you for watching.